Oh shit. Welcome back to another episode of the worst show on the internet. Yay! Welcome back. You're here again. What's wrong with you? You don't have anything better to be doing today? That's all right. Neither do I. Nothing. Not really anything better. I mean, I guess I could be working or something. But even then, that sucks. This is cooler. So, what's going on, folks? Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day today out there in the world. Had to switch back to using the old intro because for whatever reason we have to revenue share now with that other song. So I guess we're gonna have to just it was nice while it lasted, but we're gonna stop using it, even though I like it. But then again, it ain't about what I like. It's just about what's out there or what people are doing. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. That's right. So I don't know. I've been playing the same, what's it called, intro. I just switched the video out, so it's not like there was any audio glitches or cues or whatever. And then listening to my phone, I didn't hear any echoes. So it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes people just like to do stupid shit for stupid reasons, win stupid prizes. So speaking of prizes, how's it going, Super Guy Rob? How you doing there to Russell Dufresne? What's up, Miss Christina? How you doing, Pie Susan? Always a pleasure to see you. And Mr. Blacksmith, nice there. And what's going on, Austin 108? Yeah, I don't know about there being any echo. It's an impossibility since literally all we did is change the video. So, like, nothing else changed. I don't know. People just like to complain sometimes about stuff that doesn't matter. I think that's like, part of the human condition. A lot of people just, forget that they'd rather complain and act like they could do it better, even though they can't do it. And it's just like, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. At least I try. What did you do? Nothing. But that's all right. At least I didn't start a riot over some fucking PlayStations or some shit. Yeah, that's probably good. It's good that I'm not out there starting riots. People try to blame me for like January 6th. How do you feel about January 6th? Do you feel responsible? And I'm like, no, I don't feel responsible whatsoever. Because not only did I not go there, I was literally telling people to not go there and giving them reasons why. But there's so many pine codes that decided that, oh, well, I'm better than you, Manuel. I'm smarter than you, Manuel. I'm going to disregard your very prescient and understandable outlook on the situation, and I'm going to go anyway. Cool. Whatever, dude. Sounds cool to me, man. Don't tell me about your shit. Yeah, whatever. So, I guess, how do we get about on this one today? I got a couple of links and stuff. We got to talk about this dude that apparently started some sort of riot or something because he had a giveaway or something. I don't know. I thought when I first saw the videos, I was watching like some shit from like Charlottesville or, something like that. And then I was like, wait, this is for a PlayStation giveaway, dog? A PlayStation giveaway? Honestly, I wish I had it like that. To be perfectly frank, I wish I just had it like that. And honestly, sometimes when people are just trying to help, as I've told them 1,000 different times, we've already told you the ways that you can help. And if it's not one of those ways, we don't want it. Because literally, shut the fuck up. Like, it's so easy. So easy. How easy is that? Very easy. So yeah, we want to get into talking about the Twitch streamer that's out there, but I mean, obviously people in the chat got to keep harping on some old shit. It's like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm listening to the playback on my fucking phone, which doesn't even cross, and I did not hear what you were talking about. So like, shut up. Fuck. Stop interrupting the stream for your bullshit. So rude. So rude. Nobody gives a shit about how long you've been around or whatever. You've been told 1,000 times and you never listen. So fuck you. At the end of the day, eat it. let's get into the actual news for today. Since, like, it's more important than whatever that shit is. And I guess, yeah, that's what they're talking about. Something happened today in New York City where it looks like a shitload of people were arrested. People were lying in the streets and rioting and crushing cars or whatever the hell. And it's all because of a streamer, which just makes me think, oh, so many different things out there. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that it's even like how it's going to be. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I mean, at first it didn't even make any sense that it was Friday. But then I was like, wait, it's Friday. And then somebody's going to be facing some criminal charges for what the hell is going down here. And I guess it's all over a famous video game influencer giving away some shit. Let's just listen to the news story real quick. Let's listen to the news story real quick.
Around 1:30
from
this
NBC.
afternoon with some social media posts by this media influencer who has about 5 million followers.
5 million?
By 3 o'clock, the crowd had surged to a couple of thousand, and police were mobilizing to respond. And by 4 o'clock, things started to really get pretty ugly out there, according to the chief of department, that the crowd surged, breaking into what was a construction zone around the Union Square subway station, and some people there were armed themselves with everything from axes to rocks to paint cans, and amid the crowd things began to fly, and that's described some of the injuries. According to the fire department, no one transported by ambulance.
What the fuck? You're talking about Kai Cenat? This guy right here, Kai Cenat, with 6.5 million followers on Twitch? This is the guy that caused a riot. He hasn't even streamed in 2 days. I mean, he ain't even gonna need a stream. He probably got he probably got another 1 million followers just from having this particular step. But yes, there are a bunch of videos that seem to have gotten posted from a bunch of different people. This is probably the funniest one that I saw already, which is, I'm guessing this is the actual streamer guy because it looks exactly like him. And it looks like he's getting picked up like a ragdoll and tossed over the freaking top of this thing. Like, just watch.
Look at right there.
They fucking carried his ass out of there.
Look at right there.
Pick him up.
Look at right there.
Like, okay. So they arrested the guy. This is some of the stuff that was happening while it was going down. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god. Yeah. So that little dude that they picked him up like he was a baby and just threw him over their shoulders and pulled him away caused all of this. And this is just one little vision of what's going down. This is just some dude dancing on top of a car, crushing the shit out of it. It looks like some sort of Chevy Malibu of some kind. So obviously a fleet car or something like that. Totally just ruined somebody's whip. I hope they fucking make that dude pay for that shit. You got 6.5 million followers on Twitch, dog. You can afford it, okay? Like, I just don't understand sometimes why people would do this, and then this guy decides to do it, and literally, like, this is what we're seeing. Like, this is what's happening. Like a straight-up riot. You want to tell me that it's not a riot? They just threw a freaking barricade at a police officer, smacked him right in the head. That's like some shit that people got arrested for during January 6th, and they didn't even do half of that shit, but they still got charged with it. So, like, think about this. Like, this is on the level, dog. Think about it. Think back to January 6th, and then look at this, and then be like, whoa, wait a minute. Which one was more violent? Ask yourselves this question. Like, look at that shit, bro. Look. That's a riot. That's not a garbage can. That's a barrier. You see? If you look at it, that's not a can because that sits on the ground and it's got a handle on the top right there. That handle on the top is how they move it. The barricade. Parking barricade. Yeah. Wow. So, organized chaos. A riot broke out when Twitch streamer Kai Cenat decided to give away some free PlayStations, or was it a free Xbox? I don't know. Do people even play Xbox anymore? I feel bad for all the people that have them. I mean, I had the first Xbox. Let me tell you, I knew back then that it was going to end up being a failure because the PlayStation just had better games. I mean, and it had the CDs and shit with the black on the bottom. Those fucking black CDs were dope as shit, bro. I'll tell you what. When I finally found the manufacturer that sold those black CDs and started importing them by the fucking thousands and giving them all my friends, let me tell you, dude, there was a renaissance in video gaming when we figured out how to be able to copy those motherfuckers so I could literally copy it onto a black CD. So it looked just like it, you know? We even did that shit when they had blue ones. It was so much easier than you could have ever imagined. That's not what I want. So much easier than you ever imagined. Now, here is the chief of the police. This is the chief of police for the New York City Police Department. Here's what he had to say about this event.
Absolutely. We're in contact with the influencer. I have our legal team here. I'm going to have a discussion with our Commissioner Caban in a little bit, and then we'll make a decision there.
Well, I'm wondering, though, if there's anything specific that you could be charging him with?
Well, we'll discuss with our legal department about inciting a riot and other charges.
Against the influencer.
Inciting a riot and other charges is what they're looking to charge him with, which actually kind of seems fucked up. Like that's like a big charge, bro. Inciting a riot could get you like 5 years in prison and end your career. So like, you know, whoa, bro, like what is happening? And people are reporting that he's already deleted the tweets associated with the giveaway, but it's not like people haven't already freaking taken a screenshot. And I mean, dude, this is just a giveaway for giving out game setups and then like thousands of people.
Keep my car, you want to stupid bitch, yeah, I bite hoe. Diamonds busting through the tent, and my car light show. Drunk the top on a Rari, hold the window, smash my wig.
What the fuck is that?
Sexy red bitch, you know I do it. I be smoking Zaza, I'm the pack, you hoes be smoking seed. Been that bitch since I was in first grade, I put that on my kid. Hellcats, SRCs, nigga come pull up on me. Drive the car fast, do the dash, it make my coochie leak real bad.
Was like, where's this fucking music coming? Oh, it's coming from the Kai Cenat thing. Okay. It was coming from the Twitch channel.
First grade, I put that on my kid. Hellcats, SRCs.
Like, where the fuck is this audio coming from? Oh, it's coming from the Kai Cenat channel. Okay. I had the thing open. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, dude, what the fuck was that shit, dude? So it's a Class C felony? Let's see. NYC is citing a riot. Let's see what. Well, that's weird. According to Google or Bing, it's a Class A misdemeanor. The crime of inciting a riot in New York is a Class A misdemeanor in New York, which is punishable by 1 year in jail and up to 3 years of probation and or a fine of up to $1,000, which is that's kind of expensive, I guess. Is that expensive? God damn it. Yeah, here we go right here. According to Mark I. Cohen in the New York City for the criminal defense. Hey, Kai Cenat, you might want to call this dude up. He seems to know a lot about all this or whatever. Now, let's see. According to federal law, the crime of inciting a riot when a person urges or instigates other people to riot, the federal law considers a riot as a public disturbance involving an act or acts of violence by one or more people, an assemblage of 3 or more persons, an act which constitute danger of or results in damage to injury to property or person or a threat of undertaking acts of violence by one or more people and an assemblages of 3 or more individuals having the ability to execute such threats, where the executions of the threats would constitute a clear present danger or would result in the damage and injury to personal property. Wow. An individual would be charged under federal law if, among other things, rioting happens on federal lands, federal government buildings, military bases, etc. They travel between countries or states to participate in a riot, and they use interstate or foreign commerce, including mail, telephone, internet, radio, social media, or television to communicate with an intent to incite a riot. Under federal law, the punishment for inciting a riot includes fines and or imprisonment for up to 5 years. Just by the way, that's federally. So, like, not only could New York City charge him for inciting a riot, also the federals, the DOJ, the big boys, the FBI could also be charging him with that. So, there's 2 separate situations that are going to be happening here. We've only heard from New York City on what they're going to do because, saying that you're going to give away free PlayStations technically to me doesn't sound like you're inciting a riot. But then again, this dude probably knew that a whole bunch of hookahs are going to show up and everybody was going to get the hoo-wah and the hoot nanny going down. You know what I mean? Because that would look like it was a pretty nice little shindig. Pretty nice little shindig. But yes, according to this, it's a misdemeanor. It is not a felony, right? But it does seem like there's a fat fine associated with it, and you might actually go to jail. And according to the New York laws against inciting a riot, the New York Penal Law 24008, an individual found guilty of inciting a riot when they urged 10 or more individuals to engage in any violent and tumultuous conduct of nature that's likely to cause public alarm. The crime of inciting a riot in New York is a Class A misdemeanor, in which New York is punishable up to 1 year in jail, 3 years probation, and up to $1,000 of fines. In New York City, in order for the defendant to be guilty of inciting a riot, the prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that on that particular day in that specific county, the defendant urged 10 or more people or individuals to participate in a violent and tumultuous conduct of a nature likely to create public alarm. If the prosecution fails to prove this element beyond a reasonable doubt, the defendant must be found not guilty of inciting a riot. It is crucial that if you are charged with inciting a riot, you retain a skilled criminal defense attorney who can defend you accordingly, whether it's federal or state or whatever. Make sure you get a fucking lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, even though I can pass the bar. Whatever. So, is his Twitch career over, says Russell Dufresne? I don't think so, actually. No, as far as I know, he's not in custody or anything like that. So, with this, it's going to be really difficult, I think, let's be clear. It's not difficult for New York City to just make shit up and arrest people for it. Or, we've seen New York City, indict some motherfuckers before, have we not? And we all saw how that went and how good the evidence was. So, I'm not exactly, how would you say, saying that he's in too much of a trouble. There's a possibility of major trouble for this individual because, he is an African-American gentleman. And it seems like all of the videos that were getting posted around seem to have a lot of African-American gentlemen doing some stuff. And honestly, I was getting flashbacks to George Floyd riots and shit. When I looked at that, honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between, when I first saw it, I was like, what is that, a George Floyd riot? Oh no, that's Kai Cenat giving away PlayStations. Holy shit. So I think that maybe they're going to go after him, but as far as him going and doing anything, he's probably got a ton of money from, 6.5 million followers on Twitch. I find it to be hard for him to be able to pay $1,000 fine. And there hasn't even been a single peep from the government about going after him. So there's probably not too much danger of him getting a federal charge. So federally, he's probably not going to be in trouble. They're going to let New York City handle this situation. And as it goes right now, if they're saying they're in communication with him and he's not in custody, more or less, they're probably going to end up maybe putting a warrant for his arrest, but more or less, they're just probably going to get him to plead to no jail time. He's going to pay $1,000 fine, and he's going to have probably like a year of probation or something like that. But even then, he would be pleading guilty to get that. If he actually tried to take it to court, I think that even though he used the internet and social media to put it out there saying, hey, I'm going to give away PlayStations, it's going to be super difficult for any prosecutor, for any government, including New York City, because they have really shitty ones apparently. It's going to just be super hard for them to make that jump, because like he didn't have any intention of causing a riot. He had an intention of giving away PlayStations, and then it caused a riot. So like it's his fault, but only indirectly, because maybe he's just dumb. Maybe he didn't think about his actions or whatever. And I mean, yeah, I guess that'll be a lesson to him. I mean, I'll give him one pass, right? I give him one chance on this one. Like, he didn't think about this. But outside of that, if this kind of shit ever happens again, I mean, your ass is grass, homie. Because obviously, like, dude, you can't tell me that you didn't know that this shit was going to happen. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? And look at this. Look at how Bing is setting this up for us. It tells us exactly what we want to hear, and then it says news about in NYC inciting a riot. It's got all of the Kai Cenat stuff here. And wait, what's this? Did they say that they actually charged him? Or is it say that he was charged with? Twitch streamer charged with inciting a riot after giveaway draws huge crowds to Union Square in New York City.
Step foot on our beach.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're going to make me watch an ad. I don't have my ad blocker on. I forgot. Wow. I just, like, how could he have ever done any of this? Like, how fucking dumb are you, dude?
About 5 million followers, and that by 3 o'clock the crowd had surged to a couple thousand. Police were mobilizing to respond, and by 4 o'clock things started to really get pretty ugly out there, according to the
pretty ugly.
That the crowd surged.
You think that looks ugly?
A construction zone around the.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, that just looks like regular ass New York right there. Fucking people everywhere, all shoulder to shoulder, fucking hollering and shit, being all weird. Yeah. And then I'm just fucking walking down the street trying not to fucking piss anybody off and get shot. But I'm super short, so everybody is fucking taller than me, and everybody's looking down upon me like, who is this little short motherfucker? And everybody can't just help but notice me because I have this perfect, beautiful golden light that comes off of me, and they just can't help but look at me and then be mad at me.
Union Square subway station, and some people there were armed themselves with everything from fault. Axes to rocks to paint cans. For this. And amid the crowd, things began to fly, and that's described some of the injuries. According to the fire department, no one transported by ambulance, at least early on, so at least the injuries described not severe. We're still going to check with some of the area hospitals to see if they had walk-ins. But again, some of the officers were trampled. Some of the officers were injured, hit by rocks and debris. So the pictures that show a lot of the pushing, the shoving, and as we saw earlier, some of the debris that was flying, obviously hitting many in that crowd, including officers, causing some minor injuries and numerous injuries. As for the number of arrests, Chief Madry said they're still tallying them up, but he talks about, as you pointed out, Natalie, a busload of arrestees, and then the crowd literally tried to attack the bus to try to free them. That, according to the chief of department during this briefing. And we did speak with a police spokesman who said there were a couple of dozen arrests, perhaps as many as 40. The social media influencer, Kai Cenat, is in custody. He is being questioned. And
oh, look at that. Kai Cenat's actually in custody. See, that's interesting. From what I heard, they just said that they were in contact, but according to New York 4 NBC, or is it 4 NBC, NBC 4? I'm sorry, New York NBC people. I don't know exactly what your name is. I don't spend a lot of time in New York. I only been there twice, and I thought it was a nice place, even though the trash was all on the streets and stuff. I didn't really get that. I figured, while y'all were building that testament to man's arrogance or whatever, y'all would have been able to install some trash chutes or something, or come up with like a waste management plan that didn't involve putting the trash on the sidewalk. But you know what? I don't live there. Y'all do you and shit. I mean, the only guy that I ever met from there that was all right was that Glenn guy, and even then, he was kind of a curmudgeon. Like, he didn't understand my way of life. He couldn't understand it.
As you heard from the chief of department, a determination will be made whether he will be
It
charged.
looks like the Chaz, says Mr. Blacksmith. Yes, it does, actually. Yes, it
Ideas
does.
being contemplated, according to the chief of department, during that first and preliminary press briefing.
Ooh, G. Gripson. That's right. The effect was now that I know that he exists, whereas before I did not know he exists. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I need to pull off some sort of riot, start giving out away PlayStation so I could get some more followers and shit for the best word. So what you think,
NYPD
man? Although me giving away shit's not really a grift, is it? No.
Mobilized, its highest level of mobilization, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of officers called into Manhattan South and the Union Square area.
Is Horsey still streaming with Glenn, or are they done? I don't know. I don't watch their shit, dude. I've been telling people anytime anybody asks me about Glenn, no, he died. He shot himself in the dick, man. It was really sad. At least that's what I heard or whatever. I'm not sure if that's actually true. I just made that up. Horsey, though? Yeah, I heard he went to the glue factory finally. I heard that after he looked into Dogecoin or whatever, and then he was completely, entirely wrong about my understanding of it because he never listened to me. God, you know what? That pissed me off so much. Yeah, they quit YouTube. But I didn't. They're over on Rumble now, allegedly, which I'm over on Rumble too. I don't ever see anybody over there. It's not like I have a lot of friends out there because it piss people off. Because I will not be manipulated. But it always makes me laugh where they're all talking all this shit about like Dogecoin, and they were calling it Dogecoin, and I was like, that's not how it's Doge. Dogecoin. Doggy-coin. No, it's Dogecoin. Doge. It was this coin that a bunch of internet randoms came together and assembled off of Bitcoin. It's exactly the same as Bitcoin, almost in every single way. It just uses a different algorithm. So, like, Bitcoin uses a SHA-256 algorithm, and then they took the script algorithm that's being used in Litecoin, and they applied it to this coin, and they just changed some numbers. So instead of there being this many coins, there was 100 million, and so on and so forth. Like, it's not really that difficult to understand. And then it's just been a meme coin where people have been trying to pump it and dump it so that they can make some money off of it. Like, I still have some. I don't do anything with it other than, like, wait for it to go, get pumped again so I could be rich as fuck. But I don't understand, like, when they were getting all mad at me for liking Dogecoin. I was like, yeah, I'm a fan of Dogecoin. Well, Elon Musk likes Dogecoin. We don't like Elon Musk. Wow, dude. You guys saw on Twitter? Imagine how that one worked out. But yeah, it was like, I didn't ever understand that shit. I never understand that shit. Never understood it. All I really knew is that I was always like, yeah, don't buy that shit. I mean, if you want to buy it, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just telling you that. I always tell people, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Whoa, thank you to Christina for that $20 donation to the Streamlabs. She went to Griftcast.com and she donated direct. We like those direct donations. And she accepted us $20 and she only just gave us a question mark. Question mark? Question mark what? Who's crying? I don't get it. Oh, it's for the Lunchy Fund. Okay, cool. Lunchy Fund. Lunchy Fund. Well, Lunchy appreciates you. Speaking of Lunchy, are you going to come over here, you little lazy puppy? Daisy puppy. Punchy. You don't want to come over? You got steak today and you're not going to cook it down? All right. Whatever. Little meanie. Little meaner. So, I guess where do we go with this one, man? Well, I mean, is Kai Cenat really in that much trouble? Nah, not really. It's misdemeanor. I mean, they are probably going to question him and shit and call him a dumbass and a bunch of other shit, but at the end of the day, he's probably going to get off pretty easily, right? I mean, it's just kind of crazy that he didn't have any foresight to think that that was probably not going to turn out pretty well for him or anyone else that was associated to what was going on there. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. But there's them taking him out of there. There's them taking him out of there. Grab that fool up. Get his ass out. He's so tiny. Although, maybe they should make him pay for all the damages out there. Because, I mean, people were beating the crap out of folks' cars and dancing on them and shit. Like, imagine if that's what you were doing. Imagine if you were one of those people that was busting cars and shit. Like, yeah. Although, like we said, some people think that he might be finished because he could go into a prison for 5 years. But that's only if he actually got charged federally. And I just don't see that happening. You really think the Biden administration is going to arrest a black man and is a streamer and put him in the jail? Like, seriously? Like, I know Joe Biden is like Joe Biden, but damn, motherfucker, like, are you serious, dog? You really think that they would pull that shit? Piss off the entire the entire black people race or whatever in 1 second? I don't think so. There's nothing politically that seems like it would be good for them in that situation. Like, nope. Nothing good in that situation. Nothing good in that situation. Okay. What's this shit? Maybe next time, bitch. What's this? What's this? Jack Smith admits making a false claim into court in Trump case? What do you talk about? Epoch Times, you Chinese Communist Party crazy peoples? Mr. Tom Omzek? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Let's see. What is this?
Jack Smith admits making false claim to court in Trump case.
Fuck? They have their
Special
own...
counsel Jack Smith's team made a startling admission in its case against former President Donald Trump, acknowledging in a new court filing that it failed to turn over all evidence to Mr. Trump's legal team as required by law, and falsely claimed that it had. Mr. Smith's team said in a July 31st court filing in its classified documents case against the former president that it had incorrectly claimed during a July 18th court hearing that it had provided all Mar-a-Lago surveillance footage to Mr. Trump's defense attorneys, as required by law. On July 27th, as part of the preparation for the superseding indictment coming later that day, and the discovery production for defendant De Oliveira, the government learned that this footage had not been processed and uploaded to the platform established for the defense to view the subpoenaed footage, Mr. Smith's team wrote in the July 31st filing. The government's representation at the July 18th hearing that all surveillance footage the government had obtained pre-indictment had been produced was therefore incorrect. Under what is called the Brady Rule, prosecutors in a criminal trial have a constitutional duty to disclose all evidence to a defendant's legal team, including information that is favorable to the accused and could reduce a potential sentence. Mr. Smith's team accused Mr. Trump in a new superseding indictment filed on July 27 of conspiring with his staff to delete some security footage so that the grand jury in the case would not see all the evidence. The Department of Justice didn't immediately return a request for comment from the Epoch Times. Trump denies deleting tapes. In the superseding indictment, the special counsel charged Mr. Trump with willful retention of national defense information and 2 charges in connection to claims that he allegedly told a Mar-a-Lago worker to delete security tapes to prevent a grand jury from seeing them. Mar-a-Lago staffer Carlos de Oliveira has been named as a third defendant in the superseding indictment, along with Trump aide Walt Nauta and the former commander-in-chief.
Interesting. So, basically what it seems to be getting on about is that the prosecution, Jack Smith's counsel, did not provide them with all of the surveillance footage and then had to drop an addendum saying as such. But it was right around the same time that they were accusing the Trump team of deleting footage, even though they didn't delete any footage or anything like that. If anything, it was probably the government deleting footage. And it might even be to the point that the government deleted their own shit and then they're thinking the wrong thing. That's the way I would look at it. I mean, these guys are basically like the dumbest people that exist. Like, I don't understand. Like, it must be super easy to get a job at the fucking DOJ. You just got to be an idiot or something like that. But yes, they tried to violate the Brady rule on Trump in this last indictment. They already got outed for it. They're just kind of keeping it on the hush, hush, hush. And the way that they're doing it is by actually trying to go after somebody else in Trump's orbit and tell them that, oh, they're trying to fucking delete data or they're trying to do this. And it wasn't us. We just made a mistake. But these guys, they don't make mistakes. They do it on purpose. You see how that works? Yeah. You see how it works. And more people seem to be getting text messages like Steve Baker, TPC for USA. I need to talk with you. The FBI called me and I wanted to know if I still represent you. It said it was for the service of process. Looks like they're finally getting around to charging you. Call me when you're free. Call me when you're free. And that's Steve Baker saying no one should begin their morning with this kind of text from their attorney. It turns out the grand jury subpoena for all my Jan 6 video. I'll know more on Monday. Oh, cool. So they're still trying to get January 6th videos and stuff like that. Wow. Why do they want it? So they can edit it or destroy it? And they're like, it's mostly already out there and everything is backed up. But yes, why would they want this guy's footage from his websites and things? I don't know. Maybe they want to be able to get it taken down or claim ownership of it and then have it removed from platforms as they've done in the past. Oh, yeah, I think that could be something that they might actually be getting behind, but who knows? All I really do know is that, damn, son, we're going to have to be watching this one very clearly. We're still waiting for the third or fourth indictment to come out of Georgia. Should be coming out sometime next month. We just got to wait for it. And it is what it is. Now, what's this right here? Ooh, damn. Elon Musk's X.com can't send blue subscribers their ad revenue sharing payouts on time? What? Twitter, X.com announced late on Friday that the check is not in the mail. Looks like, as I told you, or as predicted last month when they announced revenue sharing, I told you that, yeah, it was a nice little thing to get everybody on board, but yeah, how are they really going to be able to keep that up if they're not actually making big money on ad payments? Well, not very surprising. In the recent history of Twitter, which is rebranded to X and has had some issues making payments on time for places, well, now they're basically saying the X support account says the ad revenue sharing program is so popular, we need more time to review everything for the next payout and aim to get all eligible accounts paid as soon as possible. Oh, right. That means that, ooh, there's more people out there. They didn't really want to have to accept more people into the program, or maybe there's just too many people. They didn't really think it up. But yes, they said on the August 4th, 2023 update, the volume of people signing up for revenue sharing has exceeded our expectations. We previously said that payments would occur the first week of July 1st. We need a bit more time to review everything for your next payout and hope to get all eligible accounts paid as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. So, do we think that that's happening because they're out of money, they don't have enough money, or because their program's a little bit, I don't know, stupid? Because not only do they have to verify the person's account to be verified, then you have to reapply for the eligibility to actually get subscriptions. So that's a second verification period. And then once you're approved for subscriptions, then you can turn on ad revenue sharing. And then guess what? Oh, fuck, you got to get verified decide again, and it's another review period. So just putting it out there. Think about this. If you were to sign up for a Twitter account today, get your phone number on there, pay for the verification, it would be up to 2 weeks, maybe even a month before you got your verified check mark number 1. And then after that, you would have to tweet enough to meet the requirements for being in the subscriber program. Proof for that, which, as we all remember, my account was waiting for 6 months before they decided to just completely remove me from the platform. And then there would be another waiting period associated to it after you got approved for your subscriptions for you to actually get approved for ad revenue sharing. So there's a 3 approval process that you have to go through. So you have to be checked off 3 times, and any time in that 3 time, and any time at those 3 points, you could get kicked out of the program. And they're saying, "Oh well, we thought a lot more people signed up." And think about it. These are all the people that have already gotten approved for verification, already gotten approved for subscriptions, and now they're having to get reapproved for ad revenue sharing. You see how that works? Mm-hmm. See how that works? Yep. I'm going to buy me a $7,000 iPhone with the old Twitter logo still on it. I still have the old Twitter logo on my phone. See? Oh, wait. See? See it right there? It says, it's got the bird logo on it and an X. And when I click it, it switches, right? But then I go down, it goes from the X back to the bird. See if you can see that. I don't know. See it turns to the X and it goes back into the bird? Shit's weird, man. That shit's weird, so I don't know how it works, right? Yeah, people are putting $7,000 for iPhones on eBay. Shit, maybe I should sell my fucking iPhone on eBay. It's almost paid off, motherfucker. And then get me one of those fucking Galaxy Fold flippy motherfuckers. Yeah! Or no, the Pixel Fold. That's what I want. Pixel Fold. So as we know, I had dreams of being great on Twitter. I thought everything was going to be amazing. And then the reality reared its ugly head, and the purgatory that is my life didn't allow me to be the Twitter guy that I wanted to be and all popular and stuff. I got relegated back down to the bottom of the rung. And then all of my internet friends decided to not even support me even any little bit because they're all fucking human pieces of garbage. Sucks. It's all right. I wish that they weren't human pieces of garbage, but after a few months of getting ignored and, treated like dog shit or whatever, you kind of just, have to be straight up and tell people the reality of things. So it's just kind of like, damn, dude, there's so many shitty people out in the world. I just wanted to participate. I don't get to participate, and that sucks. But whatever. At least maybe you could participate, right? Maybe you guys might make that ad revenue sharing system a part of your persuasion. I mean, they said in February that accounts with paid verifications and 15 million organic impressions in the last 3 months and at least 500 followers would be eligible. And it's like 500 followers and 15 million inorganic organic impressions seems impossible. I had 8,000 followers on Twitter, and I think we got like 2.9, maybe 4.9 at a point. And even then, that was like, we had to be on it. So as far as it goes right now, Twitter's having problems paying people. So if you thought that there was problems in the big spot, there was. And if you want to participate, like, you do whatever you're going to do, man. You do whatever you're going to do. Although, some people just don't get to participate. It's like me, Like, I get to participate on YouTube, but I just don't get any type of promotion or algorithmic growth. So, it is what it is. And, sometimes or whatever, we get some pretty big bumps or whatever. But then again, that's usually when somebody shows up trying to make a name for themselves on my back. Happens all the time. And you'll notice that they're not around anymore, right? only around when the going's good and we can build our own thing. And now, a viral campaign ad from the Donald Trump campaign.
How far will the most corrupt president in history go to keep Republicans from winning back the White House? Meet the cast of unscrupulous accomplices he's assembled to get Trump. Alvin Bragg, the radical liberal New York prosecutor who refuses to prosecute violent criminals. Jack Smith, who's made a career persecuting innocent Republican officials. Letitia James, the socialist who ran on the promise, I'll go after Trump. And Biden's newest lackey, Atlanta DA, Fani Willis. So incompetent, on her watch, violent crimes have exploded. So tainted, Willis was thrown off one case for trying to prosecute a political opponent. So corrupt, Willis got caught hiding a relationship with a gang member she was prosecuting. So dishonest, Willis was accused of creating a fake subpoena. Welcome to the Fraud Squad.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Damn. That was fire. Welcome to the Fraud Squad. Hooray. Holy shit. Who posted that? Fucking Laurel Loomer posted that? Damn, Laurel Loomer, what's up? What's up, Laurel Loomer? Dude, she's had some work done, man. Them cheekbones ain't real. She always had the big fat cheeks, though, but they were never like that like that. Nope. Farron? I don't know what's going on with Farron. I don't give a fuck. I stopped hearing from that person a long time ago after my usefulness of sight. After I went ahead and blew out every single person in the LawTube community or whatever by... What did we do again? Oh, right, yeah. We exposed the person behind Law Nerd Clips, and then we proved that Divinity said was lying in her copy strike materials or whatever, and posted her pictures from her Facebook account or whatever on the internet, being all like, oh yeah, you think that you can't be found and shit, right? You know, just making fun of them. And then there was that one fucking dude that was literally a nobody and is still a nobody, who was like trying to be all a part of it, but like trying to get mad at me for going after this person. And I'm just like, didn't this person post fake nude pictures of another individual and has just like been going after them all over the place? Oh, but then I looked up Ricada Law's like business stuff, and then I saw that he was in default on a couple of his business licenses, although he still had his lawyer license and paid for it. But some people get really mad when you go after the big boys in the game, even though they're fucking pieces of shit. So, what's this? WorldCoin plans to open source data, and the BTC halving is coming. Oh, cool. BTC halving. That means that people are going to get less Bitcoins for every Bitcoin block that they mine. Ah, yes. That means that we're almost in the end game now. It's almost time to completely destroy them. A patient man, a penitent man, will wait an entire lifetime. Sometimes that patient man will live multiple lifetimes just to see some things through. And you know what? That's all right. But yes, the BTC halving's coming up. WorldCoin says that they're going to open source their data. I don't even know what that means, but the most important thing here is the BTC halving. Yeah. The BTC halving, if you haven't ever heard of that, but that's the thing that happens with Bitcoins. It cuts the amount given to people that process transactions in half, and it's going to continue to do this for quite some time. But usually, whenever the halving happens, historically, it seems that the price of Bitcoin has shot up pretty extensively. So, you know, a lot of people were talking about $100,000 Bitcoin. I remember the late, great John McAfee, the guy that told me to my face that he knew who Satoshi was. And I was like, well, that's just not even true because literally this is the first time that I'm ever talking to you. So there's absolutely no fucking way that you could fucking know that who that dude was or whatever. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're crazy. Poor guy. Poor guy. What, didn't he die? Yeah, he died. Died in a prison, allegedly. But yes, doesn't really matter. I just know that, yeah, there's a pretty good chance now that that actually might be happening. Because the next time that it happens, basically a whole bunch of people are going to stop mining on the network, right? That's right. And the last time that it happened was May 11th of 2020. And the block reward went from 6.5 Bitcoins down to wherever it's at now, which I don't even know. Or maybe it actually went down to 6.5. It's going to go down to half of that, which is 3.1 something. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. But it's a good understanding as to where we're going at. And I mean, I've never given anybody trading advice because I stay out of trading. I am not a trader. I'm a hodler or whatever. And I only hodl two things, Bitcoin and Dogecoin, because it's the only stuff that I have left, besides like some cryptocurrencies on Ethereum, some bags on Ethereum that I got that are never going to go anywhere. But it's always an interesting time, and this is what I tell people usually, is that algorithmically, mathematically, the numbers say that the price is going to go up, because now every time somebody gets some, they're only going to get half of what they were getting, so that's supposed to make the price go up or, you know, change the liquidity a little bit. I don't know. There's a bunch of trader bullshit that people be talking about, but this would be the time to at least say that, yeah, if you were thinking about doing any of that stuff, or if you've been doing any of that stuff, you should trade around this, because the closer that it gets to it, usually the price will be getting expanded. And what they're saying is that the next time that it's going to be happening will be probably around April or May of 2024. So just plan accordingly. And when that happens, the block size reward will be 3.125. And yeah. And it keeps going until the block rewards approach 0, because the entire Bitcoin blockchain has been mined. And then the evil, nefarious plan for what it was designed for in the first place can actually happen. And the test is complete, and then everybody will finally know what it's all about. It's going to be interesting. I'll probably be dead by the time that shit happens, but you know what? I was never planning on being this guy at that point anyway. Because, I mean, that would be weird. This one sucked. Gotta say. You know, I thought, you know, coming back as a short, fat guy or whatever, that's funny, would be a fun one. But I gotta say, is that living this day and age is really rough. Like, cool technology and things, like video games and all this other stuff. But, like, so much, like, psychosomatic bullshit that it really makes, like, the Dark Ages and the creation of Catholicism and how shit like got really fucked up right there back then looked like a goddamn cakewalk. Like, you remember the Spanish Inquisition? That shit was crazy, man. But still, what we're living in now is even crazier. Whatever. Just remember that when there's no more Bitcoins left, the network will allegedly live on. Allegedly. Or maybe it'll morph into something bigger. I don't know. You should know, though. Be pragging around that. Be getting your ideas together in your head. I just saw this one, and whenever I see stuff from Alex Rosen, this guy, I always try to broadcast his stuff because he be taking down the pedophiles big time. And Alex Rosen, at I Fight for Kids, confronted a husband and wife child predator couple who brought their own kid to abduct an 11-year-old to shower with. Yeah, check that out.
She asked if there would be any playing in the shower, and I said, well, that's kind of different. Like, you know, like rubbing on her body, like washing her, and like, you know, like.
Would it just been kind of? About, like, just been kind of rubbing her down there too?
Possibly.
Okay. Is that her? Was that going to be her decision or?
Her decision. I mean, I guess it just...
I mean, has William ever, like, has he kind of, like, explored down there, have her learned that stuff? Or, because that's what I'm curious about. What's the hard to explain part?
She's 2, so she explores and, like, she's discovered that she's got a cha-cha. You know, so, like, half of the time she runs around naked at our house. You know, I mean, she's 2.
Okay.
We're also a nudist family.
Oh, okay. So y'all are just nude in the house together?
Yeah. You know, like, she'll walk up and be like, what's that? What's that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then she'll realize that she's got one too, and then it's a whole-on conversation.
So it's like exploring anatomy, pretty much.
Right.
Has she ever, like, learned by maybe touching William's penis, or?
I mean, she'll walk up to him, like, while he's sitting on the couch, and be like, what's that?
Mm-hmm. Does he, like, ever, like, let her touch it, like, to explore it, or?
Not, like, she'll, like, go and, like, grab
it?
But, like, immediately, he's like, no.
No.
Again, with the learning within the family thing, that's why it's hard to explain.
How's it going, William?
So
go ahead.
Me and my sister fooled around when I was a kid.
Sure.
My brother and I fooled around a little.
It happens.
And how old were you guys? Or
I don't know, probably 12, 13 years old.
What the fuck?
Grandma.
Oh god.
I say I've caught my girl. I'm trying to get to work.
Are we under arrest or something?
No. I made that clear. These two came to meet who they thought was an 11-year-old girl to take them back to her house, masturbate with her, brought their own children here, and they both identify as minor attracted people. So.
Okay. You denying all this?
I am.
Okay.
Fucking okay. You died out of this.
Not denying that.
Well, we were gonna go swimming today, and that's what we were doing.
You just didn't. Okay.
So
let's read these.
Oh damn, that was quick. But yeah, there you go. There's the Renee Irene Burns and her husband that have been incarcerated for the last couple of days. William Benton Burns, born in 1984. Yeah. Confronted a husband and wife child predator who brought their own kids to abduct, shower, and masturbate with the 11-year-old. And the cops show up, and the cops just are like, what the fuck? Okay. You denying any of this? No. Arrested.
These two came to meet who they thought was an 11-year-old girl to take them back to her house, masturbate with her, brought their own children here, and they both identify as minor attracted people. So.
Okay. You denying all this?
Okay.
Okay. To an extent.
To an extent? What are you not denying?
Look at this cop, dude. This cop was just like, he listened, and then he was like, okay, fucking okay. Are you denying any of this? And they did not say no. They did not deny anything. Like, the fuck, man?
Well, we were gonna go swimming today, and that's what we were doing.
You just didn't. Okay.
So
let's read these.
Let's read these. Yep, let's read these and arrest these people. So yeah, I always recommendations. So if you actually want to check it out, you can go check out their Predator Poachers monthly thing, and then the video is always released on Predator Poachers on their Rumble channel. You can go follow them. I definitely recommend it because literally, if you don't think that these people exist, all you gotta do is literally just go watch this channel. And I mean, there's just video after video after video after video after video of these types of individuals, okay? And regardless of what people say about any of the movies or media or anything else out there, is that it doesn't change the fact that this shit is literally the same. And they're all over the place, man. People think they're sneaky, they think they're smart, and you know what? People are getting them caught up all the time. All of the time. So think about that. Make sure you go support, watch it, and then, yeah, I mean, some people are even using their own children to lure other people's children. Yeah, doesn't that sound great? Yes, it does. In other interesting news, a global, or at least national, cyber attack at multiple hospitals has caused them to shut down their emergency rooms and ambulances. Yes, California cyber attack. I think it's in California, at least. Let's
States Thursday. Tonight, the FBI is investigating a cyber attack targeting hospitals and clinics in at least 4 states Thursday, forcing several emergency rooms to shut down. Prospect Medical Holdings says it took its computer systems
Prospect
offline after
Medical
learning it had been
Holdings.
breached by hackers. The problem also caused urgent care and elective surgery centers to close and ambulances to be diverted. The systems are not expected to be online until next week.
Not expected to be online till next week. Huh. Cyber criminals attacked a California-based healthcare provider, causing emergency rooms in multiple states to close and emergency services to be redirected. This ransomware attack happened at Prospect Medical Holdings in Los Angeles, which has hospitals in Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Texas. They're investigating how the breach happened. Don't know. But, yeah, who would hack into fucking medical data? Why would you hack into medical data? And specifically, why those states, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, and obviously California, because, you know, they're a California-based healthcare provider. Why isn't California included into the little mix there? Such a weird thing to think about myself, but hearing about ransomware attacks and the increase, I mean, do you really think it's the Chinese or is it the Russians? Because normally this would be the point in time that they would be blaming the Russians for something like this now, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. It totally would. It totally would. What else do we got here? Biden claims he had no role in Hunter's forest business dealings. That is categorically false, according to Devin Archer. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was aware of the business dealings. Oh, yeah, this is just all the same stuff. It looks like they're just reposting some shit. But you know what? How come that Devin Archer testimony hasn't really hit very hard with a lot of people? Because we already knew all of this stuff. He had already said it in the public, and then he testified about it. So testifying definitely puts him in a lot of jeopardy if he's lying. So why aren't we seeing more movement on this particular case? Because now that we know the president was lying, we can prove the president's lying. We even have witnesses to the president lying. Like, how come there isn't all this motion to get Biden out of the White House? You know, like, that's why this whole situation with Trump and all these indictments is just getting to be ridiculous. We live in such a banana republic anymore. Like, what are we really going to do? How are we really going to fix this shit? I just don't know, man. I just don't know. And it makes me think about people like Steve Baker getting freaking subpoenaed and all of this shit. All about it. And Trump supporters condemned January 6 charges after the third arraignment, which obviously is going to be the one thing that we've all said. But, I mean, at this point, I feel like we're not even going to make it to the election. Like, there's going to be some kind of situation where we go into war, it becomes a wartime president, and then we have Joe Biden for the next fucking 20 years. Maybe. And then in the last little thing today, Elon Musk shared a bizarre live video of himself doing bicep curls in a meeting room full of colleagues because apparently Periscope is finally back. Yes, Periscope is back.
45.
Okay,
Periscope is back.
Let's find out. Let's see.
Hello?
No way.
I'm live.
How's it going?
What the?
Wait, I gotta see it.
Really?
Wait.
He's live.
Hey guys, you're on too. Welcome.
Yeah, we totally saw all of them.
Okay. All right, let's see. This is me curling a 45.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
God. There you go.
Oh yeah, it looks a lot.
Okay, looks like our video feature is working better. Slightly better than the sort of 8-bit Atari thing we had before. What's up, guys? Thanks for the test.
Elon, the bandwidth of the video is dependent on your cell phone's cellular connection and or Wi-Fi connection. So stop trying to stream on fucking the Wi-Fi fucking dingleberry. But yeah, it's back. You still can't go live over regular shit, right? You can't go live up here. You can still schedule posts and put your location date on it. But yeah, apparently if you're on your mobile phone, you can now stream live to Twitter again, which was like Periscope. So, maybe Periscope is going to be taking a big scene back in, and maybe they're going to start allowing people to join your Periscopes and shit like that again, which would be great so that we can finally get out of this like Twitter Spaces hell with all these lazy ass motherfuckers sitting on their toilet acting like they know everything. I mean, it's so fucking ridiculous. You know what? There's a big change in things when people actually have to put their face up on things, right? You can LARP your ass off when you're wearing a mask, but when you got to be yourself, the LARP is a lot harder. And for me, I'm not a LARPer. So, whatever I say usually fucks people up most of the time because they're just like, I don't even know what he's talking about. Like, is that real? Is it probably real? It's probably real. It's real. And with that, we're done for today. It's been a pleasure having you guys here with us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the mediocrity that we have prescribed for you today, and we hope that you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends. Consider going over to griftcast.com and following us on all of our channels, joining our Discord so you can be on the up and up with us on the entire time. But outside of that, thank you for guys being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Adios. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye now. Time for me to go do other stuff.